I wish my 31 husband, 34, would cheat on me and I would have a reason to divorce him. Since his stepfather became bedridden, which coincided with the birth of our son, he is not home most of the time to help with his stepfather's lands and family. He goes to his normal job during the day and when he gets off work, he goes to the fields and does maintenance. He comes home late every night and rarely spends time with our now 2.5-year-old son. Maybe half an hour a day at most. I won't even talk about myself. We haven't been on a date in years. He forgets or doesn't care about every anniversary, every birthday, every celebration. At first, I talked to him and told him that he should spare at least one day a week for us. He said, yeah, sure. Did 1 or 2 days and went back to working all the time. And I know some of you will say he already has a side chick. Nope. I wish that was the case, but he's not cheating on me and I wish he would. So at least I would have a reason. But I know he won't. I checked everything. I searched everyone's mouth. I checked his phone. I can already see his location, but I thought about it. I said maybe he left his phone in the field and went to another woman. So I bought an AirTag and hide in his coat and nope. He's just there, day after day. And to anyone wondering, they have olive trees. Like, ton of them. And apparently they need all the care in the world so they would have a good harvest. I feel lonely. Everyone in my life, my husband, my own mother, his siblings, everyone says I'm being selfish. They say, so what, he's gone all the time. It's not like he's cheating on you. It's not like he's going to other women. He just works hard and he's a good guy. You're just selfish. Yes, I'm being selfish. My dream marriage was not to be married to a man who was a ghost in my child's and my life. I never thought of being married to a man who comes home tired in the middle of the night, eats his dinner, and then spends 2 minutes fucking me and then goes to sleep snoring. What the fuck's kinda life is this? And all these he's not cheating on you, people's husbands are always home except to go to work. Does my son deserve a father who leaves home and goes to work 10 minutes after blowing out the candles on his first birthday? Which I personally hunted down my husband just to be there to attend his son's birthday. FFS, his first full sentence was "I's working." It's annoying me to the fucking point I wish he would do something to give me a reason so I could divorce him. And don't tell me I don't need a reason for a divorce because I don't live in Europe or America. The situation is a little different in the culture I live in, which I'm fucking pissed about it. I got a vasectomy and my wife is mad. She knew I was going to do it before it was done and she encouraged it. Saying things like unlimited cream pies and making other jokes about it. Made me feel like she was okay with the decision after having 3 kids. I got it done and she was basically like, wow, really? She then goes off to say she's upset that I went through with it. We had a conversation and I mentioned how you sacrificed your body for me all those years by using BC and so I felt like I owed you this. She says it's a touchy subject. For who? I'm the one who can't have kids anymore. Edit. Few questions to answer. Yes, I made her very well informed weeks before the procedure was done. We had multiple conversations before I even paid for the procedure. I made sure to let her speak anything she felt before I made my decision. Her responses indicated to me that she was glad she'd be able to get off BC. It's been, to date, about 20 weeks now. I'm in the clear. Why do I have to just blindly accept my partner becoming unattractive? Been together 10 years and she has just let herself go, overweight and absolutely zero effort into changing it. As a man, if I complain about this I'm shallow. Every person will tell me I'm ungrateful. She deserves someone who loves her as she is. Despite the fact I've loved her for 10 years already and fell in love with her in a different state. No one ever says you deserve to be with someone you find attractive though? And if they do, it's on me to end things, look like a complete selfish ass and then move on. If I make a comment to her that she could do with losing some weight I will produce years and years of body issues and be labeled a body shamer. This will result in our relationship being completely on the edge of a string. She isn't going to want me to see her naked and sex life will take a huge downturn. But yet, as the man, I'm expected to want to sleep with her most days. If I don't want to sleep with her I probably don't love her anymore. When the reality is that I do love her, I just don't find her attractive enough to want to have sex. How many people felt this way just never said anything because of the stigma of doing so? Then nothing changes and they spend their life resenting their partner for letting themselves go? I'm not asking for Instagram gym girl levels of body appearance. I just want to enjoy seeing her naked. I miss that. I miss being attracted to a naked woman. It goes both ways, but I feel as though when a girl says her husband is fat it's not met with such strong negativity. I'm all for positive body image and such, but can we not start overly protecting people being fat and unhealthy? I think I know what my boyfriend did to me, I just can't say it. My boyfriend and I were having sex on Friday and to start with, he was already going way harder with the degradation than he ever has. He was saying how he should swipe Tinder while I was giving him head and then he started watching porn groaning about how she was so much hotter than me. He was being kinda rough and already put me off by putting his feet in my face and mouth, which he knows I hate, but I was kinda in subspace at the time so I couldn't really protest as much as I wanted to. Later he was fucking me and decided he wanted to do anal. I told him twice I wasn't ready and that I didn't want to as I have never done anal before and I know you need to prep before, and he didn't listen and told him that he would have whatever hole he wanted to and proceeded to, well, I'm sure you can figure it out. I did my best to not scream and kept reminding myself to relax so it wouldn't hurt so bad. I kept trying to wiggle away from the discomfort subconsciously, I guess, because he kept getting mad and yanking me back. When we were showering after, he made a R-word joke at me which I kinda laughed off at the time, and now I am feeling like was more an admission of guilt on his end. He also made several assertions across the time we were together that he was going to get me to let him piss in my mouth, which we discussed several times was a no-go for me, but he seems to think that he can press at my limits and boundaries when I have made a serious point not to do the same to him. To make it worse, he invited me over at 8 p.m. so I assumed I was going to stay the night, but at 1:30 he told me that he couldn't sleep with someone else in the bed, so he kicked me out in 5-degree weather in his city where the buses had already stopped running for the night, so I had to call a 90,001 cab back to my city, and I bought him takeout because he is too broke to even go halfsies. I think something bad happened to me, and even now as I write it, I struggle to think of the word even inside my head. I'm worried I didn't put up enough of a fuss. I am worried he thought it was part of the play. I feel disgusting and used and confused and hurt because I still want to see him, but I'm so mad at him for what he did and the shit he continued to do after. Even now, I have to use the restroom and the sensation is causing me to panic. He hurt me. Ever since my sister met her partner, it's like autism is her only defining feature. My sister is autistic. She was diagnosed when she was 16. She's 24 now. She moved out when she was 18 and was completely self-sufficient. In college full-time, working 2 jobs, had a great social life. Just a typical teen girl living on her own. Being autistic was, like, a passing comment. She ate like a toddler and cried if you washed her clothes in the wrong detergent, but it wasn't really a big thing. She met her partner 3 years ago. He's nice and pretty well put together. He's one of those people that everyone just loves. He's also autistic but doesn't seem it like she does. They moved in together after a couple months and since then it's like she's been losing herself to her diagnosis. He's king of accommodation. He prepares all her favorite food exactly how she likes. If we go out as a family he scans the menu and if there isn't something she will eat he tells everyone they aren't going. Previously she would come and just try something. He has a whole sensory room in their apartment for her. I guess he uses it too, but it's clearly meant for her. She has a little schedule board on their kitchen wall. Even things like family get-togethers. She would sit through them and be fine. Now the second she gets uncomfortable she tells him and he whisks her away. She's also partially verbal now and has non-speaking episodes, which she never had before. She'll give him a little tap and he'll talk for her. I feel like I'm going crazy. This can't be normal. How is she suddenly autism personified? No one else in the family seems to be worried. She's happy and healthy and still working, so they're all acting like this is normal. This is weird, right? It's not just me? If I try and talk to her about it she tells me she's happy and it's just as much for him as it is her. But I don't know. I feel weird about it.